Hi everyone, let's talk about WWE NXT from December 17th, 2024, which was a very good show. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. The show opens with the Prince of Talent arriving at the arena, including a hand dog since Ego all Echo Eden Page and a video package about the all WWE history that happened here in the Lowell Falls, giving away to some hype from the show. And then we had Exum versus Obafemi. Let's talk about it. Decent match right here, guys. Decent match. Rolling Exum keeping his distance per strike, and he gets a wrist lock, but Phoebe launches him across with a easy into the corner, and Opa with a clean break, waving Exum in, and he wants to fight, and tests of strength fakes out into kicks back in the corner. This time Exum breaks dirty with a chomp and fires up more chomps and kicks enough, and Opa Phoebe shoves him down and up, kicks a fence him off, and he sees the low bridge incoming and kicks Exum in the ribs, right hand into the ribs, and cuts him off on a springboard. And we go to break, and then back from the break, Exum boots up in the corner, and Obafemi blasts him with an overhead chop and beating him down, but Exum pops back up and right hands and kicks, drop kicks, staging the ruler and another drop kick, charging the legs, near fall on one, and Oba rolls him through the reverse Hurricanrana so close, and another drop kick. Both men are down out, and Exum off the top, and missile drop kick, and lands true and kiss up, filling it, and Gold Russell cut and countered into a huge toss and slam, and Phoebe pops him up in a second time, and Oba Phoebe wins by the fall from Grace, and that's what happened right there, guys. Then Eddie Tripsy, also thinking Eddie 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 Tripsy is interviewed backstage, and he says he's brilliant, and he fools everyone that you can save your chancement because anyone else would be called a genius for it. And Evan Rain rolls up and says everybody knows Eddie Tripsy takes a shortcut, but the contract is signed, and Eddie cuts her off and says he just working smarter and not harder, and by the end of the night you'll be calling him the NXT champion. Then Soruka makes her entrance, and we go to a break, and we get footage from over the week of Leon Lexon and Carmen Pasakovic chatting with Ashante Adonis, and then we think she should apologize and agree, and they hug, and Ashante Adonis rolls up and blows his top because it's a Crystalline world. You're not allowed to hug anyone who is a potential romance partner. And indeed, Ashante Adonis rants about how maybe he's going to hug all the other girls in NXT, and oh my god, how you live like this is insane, and stuff like that. And essentially, Crazy goes nuts and stuff right there, and great stuff right there. The romance between Ashante Adonis and Carmen Pasakovic, I love it. I know a lot of other people don't like it, but I do. Then we had, then we had Meta Girls Jackson and Legend versus Soruka and Saria, and Jackson and Ruka start, and Jackson cuts her off and grounding her with punches, and Legends in, and Soruka mounts a comeback, and sorry y'all having a problem paying attention and stuff like that. And Ashante Adonis sits to hug somehow inappropriate behavior, mind you, and even bind through. And he and Carmen are not dating, and they do not have a relationship. She has since withdraws around the hug whatsoever, and she likes it and whatever what she likes as he is, and there's no contract. It's Prince here and madness and stuff right there. And the rest of the NXT women needs to chase a sense and get Carmen the hell out of there to save their sister, y'all, and all of that. And anyway, Saria gets the tag showdown with Les side headlock and shoulder off shoulder block, and gets to the break and back to the commercial and sits onto the Carmen and Ashante Adonis nonsense, and so on and so forth. And Soruka on the wrong side of town, and Mina girls with quick tags working her over, and Jackson sits a Japan strug hold to work her over, and she gets a tag to Saria and Tuplex Jackson off the ropes, and Spears connects cover and assists cocking for precision over a Tuplex, and Saria gets it. Saria gets it and tags to Soruka, and Mina Girls run Saria up, and Mina Girls pin and pinfall and Last Legend on Soruka. Then we get a recap of Tariq Iwi, and we walk out on Tyson Tiwa last week, plus backstage footage of Tariq betraying Titus from being too friendly, and Wesley pops up to be the devil of, of Tariq's shoulder, and then Jaden Parker makes her entrance and sends us to the break. And then we have a little match right here, a little fun match. And Jaden Parker fences wins Sinclair, and Sinclair shoots in for the single leg, and Parker follows her off with a clobber elbow whip to the corner, and big elbow she throws Sinclair into the turnbuckle and hammers her ribs and sets up the double jump ascent suicide and the high steps, and Jaden Parker sends her down with a full Nelson suplex cover for two, and Sinclair comes back with chomps and shoulder block, northern crossbody and knee to the midsection, and sets up for a butterfly suplex, and Parker rolls to the floor and OTM, and since and QCC square up and start brawling, and Jaina scoops Sinclair up and shoves her into the apron and back inside, and Jaden Parker wins with a running knee. Then backstage somewhere, Shotzi Blackheart holds court with Tatum Paisley and Gigi Dolan, and Shotzi says she helps them out because she reminds her of herself, and Tatum Paisley says they're the two friends she didn't know and she needed, and she's so glad she played with her, and Gigi says first that they have to take care of the vital influence, and Tatum Paisley says she rips their heads off just like she does with the dolls, and they all have a good laugh. And then cut to a vital influence laughing at them backstage, and they throw some cocky the weird girl way, and Holy Union rolls up and dresses like the worst girls into an high school, would throw some shade throw shade right back at vital influence, and then we see Nathan Frazier and XM walking backstage to send us to a break. And then we back from the break and we get a hype reel from the NXT Women's Champion Pass, and then we have the tag team championship match. Nathan Frazier and XM fences Gallus. I love Gallus, I really do. And Mark Coffey and Wolfgang for the NXT Tag Team Championship, which was a decent match right here, guys. Let's talk about it. So Coffey and XM start, but Nathan Frazier makes the chase and tags in her since begins the match into the corner and whips reverse out of it, and Nathan handsprings Schoolboy for two and arm drag into the armbar, and Wolfgang tags in and Nathan Frazier tags out and double teams on the big Scott Mark as well, and but Gallus ends up in control as we go to break, and back from the break Coffey trips XM up in the ropes, and then Gallus boys press the attack, and Frazier gets in after a long wild frog splash, and Wolfgang breaks it up and back and forth. Nathan with a also again Fulking press for two and sleeper hold, but XM accidentally hits his own partner with the golden whistle, and XM sits Fritz and Gallus off with a flip power driver on Coffey, and Nathan with a poison Frankensteiner on Wolfgang, and all four guys are down and out, and Spanish Fly connects, and XM flies up the floor, and Nathan Frazier in the ring, and then Nathan Frazier and XM retain with the Phoenix Splash from Nathan Frazier on Wolfgang, and retain the NXT Tag Team titles, man. Good stuff. Then backstage, Devon Evans hypes Hunk and Tonk up, and they hype him up to all equal. Eden Page pushes past them, and we go to break, and then back from the commercial, Charlie Dempsey leads Lexus King through a deck of cards, work out, and they go card by card through a six stacks of playing cards. It sits as they work out since and they get all sweaty and King earns Dempsey's respect and NXT Arctic Cup match and it's kind of a sense and a more assistly than then Eden Page walks out and said with a microphone accidentally but saying he just got gets something off his chest and everyone has every night to boo him and gets enough the same energy at home the last couple weeks and he deserves it and he says nobody understands the journey he had or the qualifying he made and he promised his daughter he'll win the big one and he did and became NXT champion and he talks to his wife telling her that without here without without here there is no Eden Page and he did not but rips apart because every time he loses his wife loses and his daughter loses and his son loses and the family or the fan I'll say it again the fans who blindly support him they lose and when he got home and his daughter looks through his bag and doesn't come up with a title when his son cries because he couldn't find a video of his son winning or his dad winning. I'm sorry. Of his dad, I'll say it again. I'll repeat it again. When he goes home and his daughter looks through his bag and doesn't come up with the title, when his son cries because he couldn't find a video of his dad winning, when he got home, he sees the disappointment of his wife's eyes and he eats him up and he doesn't know if he loves this anymore. And to be honest, he's lost his smile and you can mock him for being emotional and stuff like that. But a little bit sad right there, but good statement though. Good statement. Then enter Devon Evans and he says he wants to come out here and apologize for what he said back there, but maybe Edom understands now how hearing other people mentioning he can suck and he can come here with an ego, but he couldn't think that the real Eden Page, he's seen the real Eden Page at Heat Wave, and it's not what he did in the match, but what he did after, and he won the title and looks at his kids and his wife and says he loves them, and Evans will be real with him, and not everyone can do that, and the joy at seeing his family and the smile that was proud dad and proud husband and a smile from somebody who busts his ass for 18 long years to get where they deserve and Evans tells Page that he deserves to be here and the fans want him here and he should drop all ego and show us real dad Eden Page and proud husband Eden Page and he's proud of him from the bottom of his heart and Eden thanks Devon and says he's right and it's all clear he couldn't be warned about losing his smile and he should worry about thinking his old eagle ducks him with this mic and rains through punching down on him and he goes and gets a chair from underneath the ring and he horse chairs Devon with it and stomps blood spray out of Devon's Evans' mouth. Amazing, just amazing statement, amazing. Then we go to a break, and then back from the break, we get a recap of what we just saw because it was badass. And Trick Williams is interviewed in a bunker somewhere, and he's offered since to Devon Evans that talk about he's going to kick Edith Rope's ass. And Oba Fibby rolls up to wish him luck and says he hopes Trick does win because he's weather win the title from him. And we get a Stephanie Falquer promo at Cora J build around the idea that Cora couldn't know how hard she worked to get here. And then Eden, I'll say it again, Eddie Troops makes his entrance descent to the back. Then we had a decent match for the main event, but I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending, guys, of this match with Trick Williams and Eden Troops. It was a good match, but the ending. Then falling out, Williams slips him with a shoulder block shot of Eden throws Bell to the floor for a breather and pulling Tricks out to the champ kicks out into the announce desk, fighting around ringside a big chance from Williams against the barricade and back inside, lip drop, crossbody kicks in the corner and whips, reverse pop-up, hit breaker, leg, lariat, cover for two, and Eddie sends him to the floor and we get to the break and back from the break, Eddie works a Chris Gren and Williams down a little back and forth off the ropes and Trick with a flipjack, and he's filling it and spiking Eddie with a book and covers for two. And Eddie with a sweet Randy Orton back and backbreaker and trick shoves him in the corner, and Fireman Carry attitude adjustment connects, and Eddie Troopsy hits the apparent DDT, but the ref is knocked down into the process, and there's no count, and back up, the ref is in the ring, and Trick with a schoolboy so close, and Eddie with a German suplex and heel kick, a big boot, and Williams explodes out of the corner with a trick shot, but Eddie puts a hand around him as both refs count, and no finish announced as the refs disagree on who made the cover, and talks over with Everrain at ringside, and that's what happened right there, guys. And I give this NXT an 8 out of 10, guys. An 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10, guys. An 8 out of 10. So, yes, guys, I give this NXT an 8 out of 10. It was a very good show, and that's all I have to say, guys. And this is Christopher Jackson. I'll say it again. This is Christopher Jackson Denver, guys. I'll say it one more time. This is Christopher Jackson Denver. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bells as always, guys, and peace out and take care. Peace out and take care.